Welcome back, anime fans, to Ghost in the Cloud, your anime podcast. It is I, John, and with me is my co-host, Bridget.
Yay!
This week we are doing the weird, yet very cute, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Woo!
Yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Before we get into it, though, we do have a few things we'd like to announce.
We do? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Our first raffle giveaway. So it's going to be on Twitter. We're raffling off a notebook that is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid theme. It's got a beautiful cover. And if you go on Twitter, I'll have the picture up for it. And we're going to post it with a poll asking who is your favorite dragon in this cute, adorable show.
Anyone who participates by, answering the poll will be in the running for the book, and then
Well, you have to answer the poll, and then you gotta repost it. So, do that, and you are eligible, and then we'll put a deadline in the post. We'll probably give everyone until next Sunday, and I'll give a full week for everyone to get in their answers, repost it, and participate. And if you don't have a Twitter account, it's free. You can just make an account just to participate in the giveaway. That's fine. Yeah, and then next weekend, maybe during the episode, we'll pick a winner and we'll announce it, and then we'll take it from there. So pretty excited about this. It's our first giveaway, and this is not something you buy in the store. It was a Loot Crate exclusive item, so you can only get it through Loot Crate or through us. Dun, dun, dun.
In addition to that, I have recently purchased some microphone equipment, and I would love to hear some feedback from you guys. I'm just waiting on it for it to arrive, so it's not impacting today's episode, but I would love to know what you think. If you think the sound quality is coming in better, or if it's picking up less sort of background noise, that'd be really helpful for us, just because I only have one set of ears, and I may not hear everything. So
I'm looking forward to it. It sounds very fancy.
Alright, so why don't we get into it?
Alright, so this week, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and we already have the word of the week, so maid or housemaid is katai kyoshi.
Katai Kyoshi.
Katai kyoshi. Although maid was maido, which we were like, cop out, so housemaid is katai kyoshi.
Spoiler warning for Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by, it's one word, surprisingly, Kulk Yushinja. I don't know if it's a pen name or if this is it's a share sort of situation or paint sort of situation. I'm not sure. But the series began back in May 2013 as licensed in North America by Seven Seas Entertainment. It has a spin-off manga by Michirio Kumura, which began in December 2016. The animated television series produced by Kyoto Animation aired in Japan between January and April this past year. Brief synopsis: as office worker Kobayashi gets ready for work, she is greeted by a large dragon right outside her front door. The dragon immediately transforms into a human girl in a maid outfit and introduces herself as Toru. It turns out that during a drunken excursion into the mountains the night before, Kobayashi had encountered the dragon, who claims to have come from another world. Subsequently, Kobayashi had removed a holy sword from Toru's back, earning her gratitude. With Toru having no place to stay, Kobayashi offers to let the dragon stay at her home and become her personal maid, to which she agrees. As Kobayashi has forgotten her drunken offering, she is initially reluctant to allow the dragon into her home despite her previous promise. But a mix of guilt and the usefulness of Toru's dragon abilities convinces Kobayashi to accept her. Despite being efficient at housework, Toru's unorthodox methods of housekeeping often end up scaring Kobayashi and bringing more trouble than help. Additionally, Toru's presence attracts other dragons from the other world, gods and mythical beings, to her new home.
Sounds like a great time.
It's wacky, for sure. Wacky is the best word for it.
But absolutely intentional. I mean, it was supposed to be cute, but quirky. I think this is the first, really cutesy show.
I agree.
We've had shows that were cute, but they,
So
they
you
weren't
had picked
meant to
this
just
one.
be cute. I did.
Why? Why did you pick this one?
One, because I had this beautiful notebook, and I had this idea that I was like, ooh, if we watch a show, we can have our first giveaway, and I really wanted to do that. So, and I had heard of it, and it was on Crunchyroll, so it looks short and sweet, so it seemed like a different pace than what we usually do, and I kind of like anything fantasy. Give me, magical powers and dragons, and I'm in.
What I do like about the show is that, all of the characters, human or dragon, they all represent a specific type of person in the real world.
Yeah, the cliches.
Yeah, and it's fun because that exists. You know, so it's an interesting take, although each of them have sort of their one quirk,
Right, the one who loves food and the one who gets really drunk and plays video games all the time. The other one with like the big boobs and scatterbrain, and yeah, they all have their stereotypical, very human traits. So overall, did you like it?
It was cute. It was fine. I didn't really find it overly entertaining, but it was more like this is just kind of like a nice break from everything else.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that I would like to watch. Well, I'm trying to watch something more extreme like Attack on Titan or Tokyo Ghoul, and I just need something light and happy just to relax with. That's this show. Plus, I kind of like the subtle relationship between the two main characters. Do they like each other? Do they love each other? Are they just friends? Like, I like that little mystery.
I guess ultimately, I don't understand a lot of Japanese culture yet.
Okay.
And despite doing this podcast and loving anime and pretty much everything that Japan puts out, but I don't get, are like maids like a thing? Like, are they like a really popular thing in Japan? Like, I don't know.
They have these cafes, and they have very styled cafes, like with themes. Toru actually got her outfit from mimicking a local cafe where all the baristas were dressed up like costume maids, like just these cutesy outfits. So she saw it, she replicated it, but I guess it's a big thing there. I mean, Japanese culture is very cutesy, very stylized, and it's adorable, like a lot of the stuff that they have. But I didn't even know this was a thing, but the main character and her coworker, their thing is maids. Get into these heated debates about what they should be wearing, their etiquette, their behavior, and they like debate the proper etiquette of maids and what they like. I was just like, is this really a thing? I kind of want to know. Are there people out there with this like fetish or fascination? I'm kind of curious. Like, let me know, and I'd like to know why.
This was a manga before it was an anime, and I don't get how certain things get greenlit, because like in America, a cartoon like this would never get greenlit. And maybe that's sort of the magic of Japanese culture.
Yeah, I think that Japanese culture takes us more by surprise. Some of the things in there, like, wow, I didn't know that anyone would want to put this in a television show, or wow, I never would have thought of this. I feel like because it's more flexible in the content, we get more just treasure out of these shows. Like, wow, this is fantastic. This is so original. Like, the originality of television in Japan, I feel like, is because of that.
It definitely placates to the tropes of anime. These characters, these dragons, most of them female, are like drawn sexy, I guess. They have large breasts, and they're like scantily clad, and
good old fan service.
Yeah, I feel like there's quite a bit of fan service.
Yeah, but this is a lighthearted comedy. I feel like it pairs well with it. It's fine. And it's not crazy over the top like No Game No Life did.
I don't quite understand the main character and Toru's, Miss Kobayashi, and Toru's relationship. So, like, is it more like she's a dog? Is it more like she's a partner?
I think it's more like a partnership. Like, I think they love each other, which was unexpected. Like, it was just like, okay, it's about a dragon that's trying to fit in the real world. And then it ends up being this bonding and this connection where it starts out as this awkward living situation. She kind of didn't want her there. She has to teach her how to do her own job. Next thing you know, they can't live without each other, and they stand up for one another, for family members. And I mean, she saved Toru's life. And even though she doesn't really remember it in her drunken state, I really like the bonds that they have, these characters. And I think that they love each other. They even said, like, she wanted to spend the rest of her human life with her. That sounds like love to me.
So you have a total of 5 dragon/god-like creatures in the show, throughout the majority of the show, I guess I should say. And their magic is not really defined in any way, although it seems nearly unlimited.
Yeah, pretty much. And yet they don't do much with it. They just kind of futz around. They just use it as for day-to-day things, for fun.
Do you have a personal favorite?
Oh, that's a good question. Kana is the cutest.
Kana is friggin' adorable.
He is the absolute cutest.
She is this young dragon. Reminder, she is a dragon. She's this young dragon, but when she takes human form, she's this cute little
chibi girl,
5-6-year-old girl who goes to like school.
And even her classmates think she's absolutely adorable, and her classmate Sakawa is just like absolutely fascinated with her and probably also in love with her. But like, they're just like, she's a freaking cute little thing.
Yeah, she is adorable.
She's her little pom-pom for a tail.
She's probably my favorite, just because it's nice to see like a character sort of, you get how these characters are learning this world, right, compared to what they've come from.
Yeah.
And Kana is a child, so she's taking it in as the child would. So it's kind of nice to see that.
So when Toru first decided to stay, she was, after we got to see the other dragons, realized like she's definitely the most open-minded because she's very accepting, like, ooh, I'm gonna try this. Ooh, I'm excited to be a part of this. And all the other dragons are a little reluctant, like, it's the human world. We are better, but, we'll give it a try. Or another one like Fenrir, who's his kind of snub, recluse dragon. And he's just like, humans suck. I'm the, dragons are the best, but whatever. I guess I'll stick around, And I feel like Elma only stuck around for the food. I feel like she doesn't like people very much, but the food is good.
Yeah, she's not a very well, developed character
I don't
as far as
like
the dragons go.
The horn on her forehead. It looks so awkward and just it looks so weird. But yeah, I feel like Toru
doesn't really have a... an outward, I guess all of their eyes are sort of weird, but he doesn't have an outward dragon-like appearance, and even in his human form, or some of the other characters like Toru and Lukao, I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name. The god, the dragon god or whatever it is. They both have horns. Elma has this unicorn-like thing coming out of her head. Kana has these two horns and a tail.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
So weird.
It's strange. But it's fun. It's not a bad show in any way. It's short. Is it 13 episodes? 14 episodes? Something of that nature?
Yeah. We get to see a lot of Toru as a dragon, and then we get to see Kana as a dragon, this cute, fuzzy white dragon. But the other one's not so much.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had given you a little more dragon in the show. I get that that's not the point of it, but it would have been cool. Because you get times when the dragons are fighting each other, whether it's playful or for real. But it's it's a cool sort of break from what the show's main theme is.
They sprinkle it in. I kind of wish I could see a little more of the dragon realm. The dragon lifestyle. What do they normally do besides just playing battling in the field?
Yeah, I kind of took it as almost a medieval world, a Merlin area, world where there's magic, there's humans, there's dragons.
Yeah, we kind of get a hint of the bigger picture. Toru's father comes to collect her, and his reasoning is that the dragons were entrusted with the responsibility of protecting underdeveloped worlds or other worlds, and they're not to be tampered with. And that was a law and a very strict rule. He said, we are not to tamper with these worlds. In fact, the dragons are supposed to make sure that others don't tamper. So that's why he was very strict about his own daughter not being caught in this other world. If other people see you here, they're going to think it's okay for them to go too. So I was like, that sounds really cool. Dragons are the law enforcers,
yeah, but
and
they're
there's
also
a bigger
seen
picture.
As evil.
I don't think so. He was strict.
No, but you get Toru initially, she comes because she was in a battle with humans, and the humans tried to slay her.
Right.
So and she comes from the Chaos Guild of Dragons, so even though she's not supposed to impact this world, she may not be as lighthearted and as fun and adorable as she is
in the other world, right?
In the other world, she's in her dragon form,
right? But the father even said you're getting close to the humans here. It's a very peaceful world, but will you be able to still kill people when you come back to our world? So I'm sure they're not doing it willy nilly. There's probably always some kind of war, and I'm sure something started it. But if they are entrusted in not tampering in other worlds, maybe humans are trying to break that law. Maybe there's a reason why dragons are fighting humans in their realm, it sounds like something people would do.
Yeah, people suck.
So I'm sure there's a good reason. Plus, it's very cliche of old dragon tales, knights in armor hunting down dragons. So it kind of goes with that. So
the whole show is based around Toru and Miss Kobayashi and Toru's admiration for her, but it sort of stems deeper. It's almost she gets super jealous when she's physically attractive to Makoto. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. There's this running gag where she tries to cook her food with parts of her tail in it because she can regrow her tail. Can we talk about that for a second? That is a reoccurring thing that she's constantly trying to do. Why? And maybe it's a sign of affection. If I'm willing to eat, a bonding moment. Something. You eat part of my own tail, but she eats it too. Bridget doesn't have a tail, people. No, what she was saying. She's but she ate it. She ate her own tail too. She put it into meals that she had, and she said it was really good. It tasted good. So I'm just that's kind of weird. It is weird. But that means she cut off her own tail. Yeah, I guess, I don't understand the dragon physiology or how their magic works. Right.
And I just remember when she served a meal to Kobayashi, and Kobayashi's like, what is this meat in here? And she's like, nothing. And she's like, let me see your tail. Is your tail still there? I need to see it. And she saw her tail was gone. She's like, damn it, you just cooked your tail again. That's strange.
It definitely is weird.
Yeah.
As the show progresses, they do sort of mention I guess the big question for Toru. You know, Miss Kobayashi is human.
Mm-hmm.
She will eventually die. What are you going to do then? Because she has feelings for Miss Kobayashi. She doesn't really know how to address them, I guess, in a way that would be reciprocated. Although Miss Kobayashi does really love her to a degree.
Yeah.
But one day, Toru will still be around and Miss Kobayashi will be old and she'll pass away. And that's something they bring up quite a bit. And it's sad to think about, but it's also a reminder that you should cherish every day you have, like live your life to the fullest. And I think, although they don't say that, that's the message they're trying to get across. And it's a nice message. It's really fun and cute.
Because you see her life before she met Toru. She was all alone. She's like, oh wow, this time last year at Valentine's Day, I sat home drinking a beer by myself. And then she reflects on, the changes in her life. She even said, like, I don't even know what kind of person I was before I met Toru anymore. Like, I'm a different person now. Everyone around her is saying, wow, you're so more outgoing, you smile more, like, you just seem to glow. And she's like, wow, like, I really am. I'm a different person because of these people.
Yeah, well, people come into your life.
Yeah.
They good or bad, they leave an impact. And it always changes you for the better, or, hopefully not for the worse, but for the better.
For the better. I mean, if they don't change you for the better, then they're probably not people that you should have in your life. Just something to think about. When she thought she lost Toru went home when her dad came to collect her. She was alone again, and she realized
how much she came to rely on her.
Not just, like, physically, like, oh, my chores aren't done, but, like, she left a hole behind, and she was depressed. She was upset. Like you said, like, it makes you really think about the people in your life. If they were suddenly gone like that, like, how would you handle it? Would you be able to go about your life? So it really makes you, like, appreciate, like, the loved ones that you have, even if it's not for all of time. You, as Toru says, I choose to stay by Kobayashi and appreciate and enjoy the time that I have with her. So that was a really positive message.
It's very sweet.
It was.
And they pepper in just a lot of these characters, these dragons getting used to the human world, going by the human rules. And it's fun, it's cute. It's an overall fine show. It's short. I don't think there's any plans to continue it. It's worth a watch if you want to break from something, from like the typical.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you would normally find elsewhere. It's not your typical shoujo or shonen.
Right. No, it's definitely unique. It's a snowflake. So, what do you think Luke was? Because everyone jokes and says, maybe you should just be a demon. I don't think you're a dragon. She answered this young boy in this, like,
apparently
magic
there's mages
family
in this world, too.
But I guess it's supposed to be secret, so they're out there. We don't know about it. But this young boy is, from a long line of mages, and he decides he doesn't want to wait till he's of age. He tries a demon summoning spell, and Lukua happens to be in the area and senses it, because even though she's a dragon, she says she's a dragon. She decided, what the heck? I'm going to answer the call, and shows up in this poor boy's room.
Poor adolescent. Not even adolescent. Yeah, no, he's 5th grade, so he's on the verge of becoming a teenager.
This busty girl shows up, and he just blushes looking at her.
He thinks she's a succubus, and just after him in all these inappropriate ways. All these dragons essentially get attached to a person or a thing in this world, and it's like, well, now my life is
except
better
for
for that. Well,
Elma's attached
to the food. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's really sweet overall. It's funny when it needs to be funny, I guess.
Yeah.
I would like to see more magic, like what the dragons are capable of. Well,
right.
You get a lot of that. You get like teleportation, you get like transformation, invisibility.
We get to see Toru fixing a lot of her mistakes. Like, she decided, oh, you need me to clean this room? She used, like, her dragon fire and a magic, and everything out of the room was just gone.
It was spotless.
It was very clean, but it was empty. She's like, put my stuff back, and then just, oh, yeah, sure. And I think at one point she blew a hole into the apartment, like, right outside.
Fixed the wall.
Wall's gone. Oh, no problem. Snap the fingers. It's fixed. Like, what you can do with that magic, and it's, what it's used for is the housemaid services. Yeah, I mean, and I love the dynamic between Makoto and Fenrir, like the two recluses, the recluse dragon and the recluse human. They both like to sit at home and play video games together. I'm kind of jealous that Fenrir does not need to sleep, and he becomes notorious on these online games because people know he's just constantly online and he never sleeps. So he gets to like level 300 in like 2 days. Well, any gamer out there, you're gonna be jealous. Like if you didn't have to sleep at night, we'd probably be gaming.
I think the best parts are when Kobayashi and Makoto are drunk. That always seems like a really fun, just ridiculous time.
Yeah. And they get really passionate about maids.
Specific things.
Very specific, like maids. I don't get it.
So what did you think of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? If you have watched it, let us know what you thought. And if you haven't, give it a go. And definitely, as a reminder, go onto Twitter. Find us at
GITC Anime.
participate in our upcoming giveaway, participate in the poll, and to retweet the poll, and you will be entered into our giveaway.
Yep, you gotta retweet it. Yeah, I figured, next Sunday I'll pick the lucky winner, and then we'll reach out to you, and then we'll mail you your new merch. So don't forget, you can find us on gitcanime.com. You can find the links to all of our social media, including Twitter, all of the links to our streaming services, iTunes, SoundCloud, you name it, pick your favorite, listen, stream us from there, but we do ask, please rate and review. That's how we get out there, and a positive and honest review would be honestly the best thing that you could do for us to help us grow.
Also, if you have a friend who likes anime, tell them about our podcast.
Yes, please. If you want to support our podcast, please go to patreon.com or go to the support page on our website, and you can learn about the awesome perks of becoming a Patreon support.
We're also going to be doing future giveaways. We'll announce those as they come.
Yeah, we got a couple more.
And in case we didn't mention, you can find this anime on Crunchyroll.
Only in Japanese, though. There was no
I think that's for the best. It seems like it'd be a whiny kind of anime in English.
Yeah, it was a lot of cute, like, little girls squeaky laughs and, stuff like that. I feel like it works in Japanese, but translating that to English, I don't see that working out. So, I agree. All right, thank you guys for listening, and please don't forget to get on Twitter and partake in this awesome giveaway.
All right, thank you to our patrons, thank you to listeners, and thank you to Anthony for our theme song. Bridget?
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
I thought you wanted to ask me something. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Meow.